Hi everyone, so today I wanted to bring you a vegan hacks video at Starbucks. So number one, very popular for the fall is going to be pumpkin spice. Unfortunately, the pumpkin sauce that Starbucks uses does contain dairy. On another sad note, I really wanted to try that this year because it was new. The maple pecan latte, the syrup slash sauce that is used for that also contains dairy. So neither of those can be made vegan. On a good note, the salted caramel mocha, whether you get a latte or a frappuccino, can easily be made vegan by changing out the milk to either soy, coconut, or almond milk and taking out the whipped cream. So one of the really cool special edition frappuccinos that Starbucks did do was the zombie frappuccino this year. My store sold out of it, I want to say in 2 or 3 days. I felt really bad because we were supposed to have it from like the 26th through the 31st, and I think we only had it for like a day or two. But the powder used to make it green, which is the apple powder, is vegan. It has like spirulina and spinach and stuff, which I thought was cool. It didn't taste like that at all though. So I did make one. There's a picture of my Instagram when I made it. I did coconut milk because I figured that would go best with an apple sort of flavor rather than like an almond milk or a soy milk. Soy milk probably would have been really good too. And so you milk to the bottom line, pour it into the pitcher, and then I put the cream base in, put 2 scoops because I made a tall of the the green apple powder, and then put a scoop of ice in and then blended it. And then it was really cool because the blood topping, which was just red mocha, is also vegan, which was actually pretty good, and it cut the flavor very nicely. Getting into colder months and the winter options that Starbucks has that just came out this week, one of the really good ones that I've tried is going to be the chestnut praline latte. The chestnut praline is just a syrup just like a vanilla, hazelnut, toffee nut. It's just the regular sugar-based syrup, and so you just have to substitute out the milk and then no whipped cream. On another cool winter one, the peppermint mocha is vegan, obviously if you change the milk and if you don't get whipped cream. Unfortunately, the caramel brulee latte, the syrup does contain dairy, so unfortunately that is not going to be able to be made vegan. Other really nice things with Starbucks, and Starbucks has thousands upon thousands of customizations you can do for any drink. You can always make frappuccinos vegan if the sauce is vegan. So unfortunately you can't make, because the pumpkin sauce does contain dairy, you can't make a pumpkin frappuccino vegan, unfortunately. Same thing with the maple pecan and the caramel brulee latte. How Starbucks makes frappuccinos, there's a bunch of steps, but basically it's whole milk to the bottom line of the cup. You can substitute out the whole milk for coconut, almond, soy, doesn't matter. If it's a coffee base, you'll get the frap roast. If it's a cream base, you won't get anything. They'll take that and the barista will pour that into the pitcher, depending on the size, and depending on whether it's a coffee or a cream one again. So if it's a cream base one, you'll get a certain amount of cream base. The cream base is vegan. The cream base is just a flavoring. It's basically like sugar, just like the regular syrups. It's just to add flavor. And the coffee base, which basically does the same thing, which is different from the frap roast. And then they'll get whatever flavoring in it. So if it's a mocha, it'll get pumps of mocha. Another tidbit for anybody that, I don't know if Starbucks is ever going to bring this back, it was a huge hit, it sold out in most stores in like 3 days, was the unicorn frappuccino. So unfortunately, if you can make the unicorn frappuccino vegan, but you have to know how ahead of time. So the unicorn frappuccino had a bunch of different ingredients to make it blue, pink, purple, everything. The blue, I believe it was a sauce in it, or the topping did contain dairy, but everything else in it was vegan. So just look out for that next time. If you are unsure, you can always Google it. Depending on the barista, like I am very into reading all the ingredients because I am vegan, or if somebody probably has an allergy, they'd more than likely to do that too. But on average, I would say not all baristas are informed of what contains dairy and what doesn't, other than like, yes, lattes contain 2% generically, like to the recipe, unless you ask for substitution. So technically that one you could have made vegan, kind of like I did with the zombie frappuccino, but You just have to kind of know that ahead of time, because if they made it generically, even if you asked for coconut milk, it still would not have been 100% vegan. So as a lot of you may know, there's so many customizations at Starbucks. You can get any latte with coconut, almond, or soy, any frappuccino with coconut, almond, or soy, coffee, teas, you can get them substituted. You just have to look very closely into the ingredients and if there's actually syrup in it. So most syrups are vegan. Any of the sauces that are a thicker consistency, like pumpkin, maple pecan, those ones have dairy. I'm not too sure why the dairy, because it's gonna be such a minuscule amount. Like, why do they need to put it in? I don't know. I didn't make it, but stuff like the mocha, like the regular mocha that everyone gets, that is vegan, even though it is a thicker consistency. Obviously, chai is going to be vegan. There's a lot of substitutions you can make. It's very easy to order if you're vegan at Starbucks. You do have to kind of know going in ahead of time and do your own research. I do hope some of my tips here did help you, but it is really cool because you can basically modify everything. I found it really easy for me to get a drink every single time I go in. I can get a tea, coffee, Americano, latte, frappuccino. It's a really good place because you can substitute pretty much anything for anything. If you can think of it, there's a high chance we could make it. I hope this helped you guys. Again, I'm still learning on a day-to-day basis about all the ingredients at Starbucks. I'm still a relatively new vegan in the past year, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do your own research. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself. I read most ingredients on every single product in the store for the syrups for the most part, but there are ways. To each his own. Do your research. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you have any other video ideas, please leave them down in the comments section down below. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.